Hey, everybody. So welcome to 2018. I'm actually going to talk to you a little bit about the year. I'm Brandy Joy, and it was requested in Vibe Tribe that I talk about 2018, a little bit of a forecast for everyone. So that's what we're going to do this evening. This is January 3rd already, January 3rd, 2018. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about the astrological stuff that's going on and the energies of the year. So, hi, Ida. Good to see you. I know I'm running late tonight. I worked late and then I had things going on, so a little late, but here we are. Good to see you, hun. So I'm playing around with the cards as well, which will give us a little more perspective also. All right, so I'm sure you've felt the energies already as we're coming into this new shift, and it's different. You know, you feel the pressure, but then you also feel this like new energy. And 2017 was, numerology wise, the number 10. So it was endings, right? And there were a lot of endings. In fact, my first day of January of 2017 was an ending, and my last day of 2017 was another ending. And it was just the theme of the year. It was very much about endings. And the 2018 energy is master number 11. Woo! A little bit different, right? So some of the aspects that were going on in 2017 are now replaying in a different way in 2018. 2012, 2018, we have this like shift happening through these times. And the shift, many people are saying, is the golden age shift. We're going from, you know, that Pisces age, we're shifting into this Uranus age, this Aquarian age. And there's a lot of Aquarian energy this coming year. So in fact, we have 5 eclipses this year. And we're dealing with Leo Aquarius energies. Our first big eclipse is January 31st, this month. This is actually a much smoother month than many of the months coming up. So January is a little smoother with some nice trines and stuff. But January 31st will be a full lunar eclipse. And this will be very much about Leo Aquarius energies. This will be about, you know, are you ready to put yourself out there and be who you're supposed to be and express yourself? Leo is very much about self-expression, bringing the inner child out. And it's very much, you know, the queen or the king energy, you know, and on a negative side, it's narcissistic energy, ego energy, it's sun energy, right? So it's about shining your light. This is the year of the light worker. This is the year of of spiritual awakening in many ways. There's going to be a whole lot of Aquarius energy, and Aquarius energy gives you flashes of intuition and flashes of insight. It's very shocking. It's like the lightning bolt of God, the lightning of truth. So you're going to feel a lot of that, and there's going to be some trying months. In fact, November, I believe, is going to be a little trying when I was looking at it. May will definitely be very trying. Very challenging. Just remember that. And a lot of this is also relationship oriented, because relationships reflect your inner self. They trigger you, right? And when they trigger you, that means, you know, you have sacred contracts, you have karma with someone. There's something going on within you that needs to come out and needs to develop. And as a healer or light worker, this is going to be very good for you. And if you can ride with it and you can develop and everything, that's great. If you can't, and if you you get triggered and you can't deal with it effectively, or you don't try to, then that would mean you need more development there, right? So there's going to be a lot of triggering this year, relationship-wise, because it's an awakening year. So it is going to be a little challenging in many ways, but there's better aspects this year than there were last year. There's more flow, there's more trines and sextiles than there were last year. This year we have a mix. It's like January has a pretty good energy, and then the lunar eclipse is going to be an awakening. And then we have a solar eclipse the day after Valentine's Day. And that solar eclipse is in Aquarius. It'll be flashes of insight again. And that will be, we have the full moon coming in January 31st. And that full moon is very much about bringing things to light that are already going on. Solar eclipse, the new moon, is going to bring new intuitions and starting something new or taking something and renewing it. That would be the February 15th. So we have quite a few. We have more eclipses this year than usual. However, last year was a real big eclipse. This year, they're not as big, but they are definitely very impactful and very important for awakening purposes and intuition. So I've been ignoring the chat box. So let me just head down here and see if there's any questions or anything so far. Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, so you're feeling these energies, Aquarius and Scorpio, because we actually have Jupiter in Scorpio. That's been going on for a few months now, very watery type of expansion going on, very much about the feeling energy, the psychic energy, but also let's talk a little bit about Pluto and Scorpio, because this year is a big theme for it. We have Jupiter in Scorpio, Pluto is in Capricorn. And so you've probably already noticed that Pluto's been in Capricorn for a few years now, quite a few years. And that has been all about restructuring and transformation of, because Pluto transforms. And if something needs to be transformed, it will cause crisis and transformation and death of things. Pluto has been transforming our Capricorn energy, which is structures in our society. Right, so we have that Pluto energy transforming our structures, and that's in Capricorn, so wherever that's in your chart. And then that is going to be aspecting Jupiter in Scorpio. It's also going to aspect Uranus. So there's a lot of different things that are going to be happening this year. And Mars is going to be heavy this year, which is very much about sex. And Pluto's about sex and death and the occult. And with these energies, it's almost like more people are going to be doing more work, internal work, like shadow work, and if not, it's going to cause crisis and make you have to go within. And so this is going to be a good time to do chakra clearing, to really work with Tantra. I mean, this is a very tantric year. 11, first of all, duality, two, yin and yang coming together. And then on top of all of that, the best way to awaken is through another, right? To merge the souls and to merge the etheric and to become one. And that makes us ascend even faster and through each other. And that's why we develop a lot faster and a lot better with other people, learning through other people, whether we're helping them and counseling them or being their friend or being their lover. We're all triggering each other and growing from that. So this year is going to be very much about relationships and learning through relationships, and also just a spiritual awakening going into the golden age. It's that shift of the golden age. And 11 is very symbolic of that. We came out of the death phase of last year, 2018. You can probably already feel it. Once the second and third started shifting, January 2nd and 3rd, that's when Uranus made its turn. That's when everything started really shifting a little bit differently than it was last year, thankfully, because last year was very difficult, a lot of pressure for a lot of people. In fact, that's been going on for a few years now. We've had a few years of a lot of pressure from some of these aspects. There's been this Pluto square stuff that's been going on for a long time, and that's been really affecting people as well. Major transformation from deep within, death and sexual, stuff that comes up that triggers us. So there's been just a whole lot of energies that are shifting, and thankfully things are finally going to be turning direct this year, and we're going to have better aspects than last year. So again, this is going to be a better year and a more spiritual year for sure. But there are a lot of challenges, and know that in February and May will be very challenging. They won't be as smooth as, say, January. The first 6 months are interesting. We have like 3 eclipses, We have, we have 3 eclipses within the first 6 months. Death card. Yeah. That's cute. Scorpio is complicated anyways. Yeah, good to see you. If you have questions as I'm talking, just let me know. Trying to think, we have a lot of Chiron shifting. So Chiron, if any of you have had a reading from me astrologically, you know I talk about Chiron quite a bit with your chart. Chiron is the wounded healer, and this is a big theme this year. So Aquarius energy, with flashes of insight and intuition are happening, and that's awakening. That's the awakening, Uranus energies. But then we have Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So if you are a light worker helping awaken the world, this is definitely going to affect you with these Leo Aquarius energies and everything that's happening. Chiron is shifting from Pisces into Aries. And so it's going to be more about action and taking action this year, but it's shifting. So it's going to go into Aries and it's going to come back out and it's going to go back into Aries later in the year. And so that's when the wounded healer, for us wounded healers, it's going to be time to really awaken that energy and start taking more action in it for ourselves and for others, right? So again, not going to be an easy year, but it will be a better year than last year for the most part for most people, especially light workers. As you do your spiritual work, as you cleanse and do your shadow work, you're going to be triggered this year. If you have things that you're not dealing with, you are going to be massively triggered this year, for sure. All right, so let's pull a card for the year. Let's see what the energies have in store. Oh, really? Okay. Theme for the year. Definitely saying it's a year of 11 and a year of Aquarius, a year of Tantra. I'm telling you, I am about to, I've already started the year with doing, you know, not, I mean, it was like, you know, the winter solstice. I started the whole chakra clearing thing with workshops. And so this year is going to be a lot for me about awakening people through their chakras. So I'm going to be teaching a lot more chakra stuff, a lot more channeling, and a lot more Tantra this year. That's my big plan, which ties in perfectly with these astrological things that we have going on for everyone. A great time for awakening. All right, so let's see this year. One more shuffle. Let's see what we get. Wouldn't it be interesting if we got something that ties in directly to the planets I've been talking about? All right. There it is. Ooh, 4 cups. All right. Would anyone like to give it a go? Aw, thank you. Happy New Year. Would anyone like to give this a go? We have the 4 cups. So the 4 cups is, this card is actually really easy to read with the Rider-Waite deck because it gives you a visual representation of what the energies mean. This is water, and this is a very watery year. It's watery and earth, right? We have Taurus energy this year. We have Aquarius energy, which is the water bearer, although it's an air sign. You can't always get what you want. Oh, so true. And you know, it's funny. In terms of not getting what you want, that's a major dilemma that so many people suffer with and why they stay so sad, right? Discontent. And the reason we stay sad is because we don't have what we want. We have this desire for something, but we can't change the fact that we can't have it or make that happen or whatever it might be, right? So we're in this like stuck, like, well, I can't have it. I really want it. Well, now I'm sad because I can't have it. And that's what sadness really and discontent is. So once you can just accept, that's why mindfulness is so important. Just accept what is and just live your life and be present as much as possible. You know, when you're going through crisis, like I do over and over and over again, because I love to create drama in my life. I love to learn through experience and harshness in many ways in crisis, because I'm able to better help other people as well. That's an unconscious thing that I do, and it helps me to help other people more, and it helps me to experience so much of life. So I really throw myself around into the chaos of the world, and I've learned through that chaos to become content with the chaos and to become content with my present circumstance. So if I'm dealing with, say, a death of a pet, or I'm dealing with a breakup or something like that, then I will just stay very present. I will work on roles, as I've talked to many of you about before. When you work on what's called roles in high magic, that is where you are playing the role of whatever you're doing presently. For example, I'm teaching you right now. I am the teacher, and I am staying the teacher. When I am driving, I am the driver. I am staying the driver. When I am, getting ready for work, I am getting ready for work, and I am not allowed to think about anything outside of that. Now, if I'm going to make plans or goals, then I would sit down and make plans or goals. If I'm going to meditate, I will meditate, and that is all I can do. So once you learn to catch yourself when you're becoming discontent, and you realize you're becoming sad, or you're having negative thoughts or thoughts about the past, you become aware of that. And you say, oh crap, look what I'm doing. I have to come back in and start over. And one of the big things we do in high magic is you say, okay, I have to do this for so long. I have to do it for 1 week or 1 day, or I have to do it for 40 days, whatever it might be. And you learn to control your mind. And as you learn to control your mind, you become very hyper aware of how unconscious you are operating. And as you are unconsciously operating, that's when the sadness kicks in, because you're allowing the unconscious program to come up and go, oh, let's rethink that conversation. Let's rethink what happened yesterday. Let's think, how could we have done that differently? Man, how could I change this? Oh, I can't change this. Man, this sucks, right? So you start having those negative thoughts. Learn to control those thoughts by being the observer and bringing yourself back into the present, into your role every time you go out of it. This is mind control. When you learn to control the mind, that is one of the first steps in learning to be a magician, a sorcerer, someone that can control their outer world through the inner world. Right? So this is the theme for the year. Lots of discontent, lots of relationship triggering, like I said, lots of awakening and light worker, intuition coming in from source. Now, if you look at this card, you can see that from source, from God, whatever you want to call that energy, is a cup is being given to him. Now, that intuition, that awakening, that Aquarian energy, that flash of insight, is coming in and being given to him. However, he has his arms crossed, which closes the heart chakra, which is how we hear spirit and how we channel. So that right there, that heart chakra is our main flow of communication, right? The heart knows before anything else in the body. In fact, they've done many studies on this, and they will flash something in front of someone, but then they'll try to figure out where the intuition is coming from on if they can predict it. Well, the heart predicts the thing before it comes up. So when we're reading cards, we're reading with our heart first. When we're channeling spirit, we are connecting with heart first. The heart reacts before any of the other body parts. It's the heart. So the heart is blocked here, and that is what causes the discontent, not listening to the intuitive insights. So this card is just warning you to open your heart and to listen to spirit through the channeling, through the awakening, the flashes of insight, to pay attention and to do as much opening and clearing and chakra work as possible to open up and to clear. This is very important for this year. If you have cords with other people, then you need to do some cord cutting, right? It sounds like a great year, Stormy. Awesome. Yes, acceptance in 2018 is so important. Yes, non-attachment, so important. Yes. Oh, thank you, Aggie. Paying attention to your dreams is also really important in a year of Aquarius energy. Yes. Oh, wonderful, Melanie. Yeah, it's really hard with the attachment thing. That's the thing, is like attachment, you know, is something I deal with. I have Mars Taurus, and for any of you with Mars Taurus energy, you have a lot of, you become very attached etherically and physically. And so, and it's like that fixed, like mud, like earthy energy. And so you're like very earthy about your attachments. And so you become very attached, like to physical things, or, you know, sexual partners, affection, physical, you know, become very physical and physically attached. And so it's a very hard thing to learn a non-attachment when you have that Mars Taurus energy. There are other aspects, of course, but I just personally know that one myself. So I do have attachment issues, and that's one of the things I was talking about, is that chaos that I throw myself into. I know that I have to deal with non-attachment. It's something that I'm always learning to help myself grow and to help others grow. Non-attachment is tough. Year of the divorce. Oh my. Oh yeah. You understand then. That's why you probably said that. My hope is this card is calling for change. Yeah, lots of division for sure. Yeah. Yeah, for those of us that have the aspects that create more attachment, we have the harsher lesson on it, you know. Hello, Ron. I hate drinking out of a plastic bottle. It freaks me out. I usually drink out of a glass bottle, but this was one of those days where I woke up and had to go. And I didn't even get everything done again, as usual. Yeah, so that's a little bit about the year. We have the eclipse in January, eclipse in February, eclipse in, I think the next one's July, and then August. Like there's like 5 eclipses, and there's another one after that. December might be a little tough as well. But I know that May is challenging. I usually focus more on the first 6 months of the next year, you know, and then come the summer, I'll talk about the next 6 months. I don't like to talk too much about the last 6 months because you'll forget by then anyways. So yeah, anyways, I would say that, that this first 6 months would be very awakening for many of you. A lot about intuition, a lot about triggering with other people. Any questions? Any questions? Oh, you're welcome. It's always fun to talk a little bit about the forecast and what's going to be going on with the energies. You know, it's definitely a tough time for many people, but you probably have been feeling the shift, which is a nice little shift forward. You know, and Pluto will make things go away if they need to. It'll make it transform. If there's something that needs to be transformed, it's going to make it happen. And we have a lot of that energy this year, a lot of Scorpio, Pluto, transformative energy. So it's like major transformation. But, and it's, you know, and that's sexual too. So that's why I was saying Tantra, because Tantra helps you to transform without the crisis. It helps you to transform in a more positive, smoother way because you do more shadow work and more energy work without having to have the, like, have to get hit by it, right? The Uranus shock that we have going on this year a whole lot. So just know that Aquarius is shocking and it will give you flashes of intuitive insight, but you got to listen to it. You got to open up those chakras. And Pluto is going to be hitting us pretty hard this year still as well. Uncrosses. So what can we do to uncross also in for many of these blockages? I don't really understand that question. Makes tons of sense. Yep. How about a full moon? Do certain aspects affect channeling positively, negatively? Oh yeah. Yeah. When it comes to channeling, this is going to be a great year for channeling for sure. That's why I was saying all that. Aquarian energy is going to give you the flashes of insight. Like, this is the year of channeling. I'm telling you, this is about awakening. This is the number 11. This is all about channeling. And in fact, when you see the sun and moon in a dream, that means you're a channel. That means you have channeling ability, the gift of channeling. It's very yin yang, right? Sun and moon energy coming together, the number 11. That's all about channeling. So if you see mirrors or the moon in your dreams, that would be a channeling gift. It's always been one of my prevalent themes is sun, moon, and definitely looking through windows and things. That means you can see through the veil. So you'll probably have a lot of intuitive dreams this year if you're very prophetic with your dreams. If you work with your dreams, if you start working with your dreams, you'll get more and more insight from your dreams. So you could actually start journaling like as you go to sleep and try that lucid dreaming that I talked about a couple of weeks ago. And that will help you to really get even more information from your higher self if you have a hard time channeling during your waking state. And if you do want to channel during your waking state, clear that heart chakra. That's what it's all about. You can really tap in with that. I don't know if you guys have been feeling this week, but already with the Uranus shift, I have been feeling like so intuitive this week. And it's just been like, oh, I want to do yoga more. And I just feel like a magnet towards health and wellness and just, fitness and the etheric body and the physical body and just clearing it. And so I've been feeling this pull towards it. I've been a little resistant to it because I'm coming out of chaos, but I am feeling a major pull towards it. Like it's what I really want to do. Health and wellness are very important when you do channeling work. So I would suggest that you all really get into some good yoga work this year. And I'll try to do more of that with you guys. I'll try to put together some more webinars on channeling like I did 2 years ago. And God, I can't believe it's been that long. And I'll do more, maybe some more courses and stuff on astrology, maybe some more courses for Tantra for you guys and chakra clearing. I would like to get my whole chakra clearing class up for you all. So, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, this is a great time for light workers. So all of you light workers, like, please, work on yourself and learn to use your Leo energies and express. And especially coming this summer, it's going to be all about learning to put yourself out there if you resist it at all. It's going to be very helpful energies to help you put yourself out there and express even more and to be more of a doer. Like I was saying with that Chiron shifting into Aries, great time for healers and light workers to really put themselves out there as such and to start doing instead of just learning and like intuitively working on it, but actually doing something with it in the physical world. Oh, cool. New Earth Expo. That's cool. Very cool. And, this is a lot of Taurus energy this year as well, which it's very much about the earth. And, many light worker teachers are saying that this year is a good shift because if you look at a lot of people are like, oh my God, Trump is like pure, like just putting negativity out there and showing the ugliness behind everything, the shadows, right? Well, is that really necessarily a bad thing? Maybe it's a good thing because remember, when we bring the shadows out and people can see them more clearly, it shifts people to become more conscious. And so then it will create maybe more healing energy. More people will say, oh my God, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that negativity. I don't want to show that negative part of ourselves, which we're all one, right? So let's shift into a better consciousness. And it was Lord Krishna, which predicted that we would be shifting into the golden age at this time. 2018, really, is the year. And in fact, the Mayan calendar ended, and many people say that that was because we're starting a new cycle, a new cycle, which is a more spiritual. I definitely see it as a light worker teacher and as a university teacher for college students. I would tell you that more and more and more people are shifting and learning, and it is becoming more of a golden age in terms of spiritual development. There are so many more light workers and so many more intuitive people shifting into this consciousness. It's pretty amazing. My students can feel energy now. They're more awakened than ever young people are. It's like, I remember back 10 years ago or so, actually 12 years ago when I started teaching at the university, I would show people how to do some meditation work. I would hypnotize students and, like classes for anxiety and things when they were doing public speaking. And students were very fearful of it and they didn't understand it. And if I ever said anything about Qigong, which is energy work, and put your hands together, you could feel your own energy. And some of them were, oh, hell no. And most of them could not feel it. Now, it's like everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. All of a sudden now it's like I watched it shift over the course of 12 years. And I watched more and more every year, students becoming more in tune and just more like, oh yeah, well, of course I feel that. Oh, I see this. I see your aura, it's becoming this like, wow, like totally different energy from 12 years ago. Yeah. So if anyone would like to book a reading, I do astrological charts. They're 1-hour readings and they're like deep psychoanalysis. And it's very spiritual. I talk a little bit about your past life energies and stuff and your soul purpose. That is currently, actually, I haven't shifted it back I haven't made it $99 yet. And I said I would on January 1st. I need to do that. But this week I'll keep up with the $79. And so if you do want to book this week, I'll go ahead and keep that $79 price. But next week, come Sunday, I need to go ahead and shift it up to the $99, back up to the $99. And I'll keep running that special for you. An astrological report will give you a lot of insight into your life. And I also throw in tarot cards with that if you would like me to. And I also do tarot readings. So a 30-minute tarot reading is only $47. So we spend 30 minutes together and we really talk about everything you need to know and what kind of guidance you need. So yeah. Anyways, that's a little bit about my readings. If you'd like to book with me, let me know. All you have to do is send me a message here on Facebook, or you can go to my website at brandyjoy.com and you can take a look at my reading list and you can message me there as well. Yes. Oh, you feel that, Stormy? You feel the shift higher? Oh, yeah, for sure. I've been feeling it. Yeah, we are waking up. Thank you, Angie. People will decide they don't like what they see. Yeah, that's all about the triggering this year for sure. Cognitive dissonance. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I really need to get a reading. Yeah, just let me know if you'd like a reading. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight. We'll have a little bit of a good flow in January, better than it was in December. February will be a little more challenging with the solar eclipse and stuff. And then March will be all right. But what's really going to hit us is May. It's going to be challenges. So anyways, if you'd like a personal reading to see more about how it's going to affect you, just let me know. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much for joining. And don't forget, pick a card every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And you get to choose A, B, or C. And I go over your week for you. So it's a lot of fun. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night and a nice weekend. And I'll see you next week. Love and light.